Hey guys, I wanted to give you my thoughts on the Glossier line of products and what I've got, what I haven't got, but be really quick about it because I just ramble in my videos and you just need to know what I like and what I don't like. That's kind of the questions I've been asked. So I'm wearing Glossier today. You can see that the makeup is very sheer and natural. I have had to add mascara, a bronze stick because there isn't really a bronzer, just because I just feel a bit pasty today, and then I've put a tiny bit of eyeliner in my tight line because they don't have those products yet. So I'm going to talk to you briefly and just say if I like it or if I don't like it and what my top picks are. Let's go. So body care, they have a body cream and a body wash. And I don't have the body cream, I haven't tried it, but I absolutely love the Body Hero body wash because it's an oil, it's moisturizing, but when you rinse, there's no greasy residue. It smells like a mild version of Bobbi Brown Beach. This one is a winner. The cult product, the Milky Jelly Cleanser, I really don't understand the hype around this. I've given it a good go. I feel like it's just a gel that doesn't do anything, that you put onto wet or dry skin, and then you kind of work it into your skin and rinse. I don't feel a satisfying, really clean feeling. It has no fragrance, so it's not that exciting to use. It definitely wouldn't get makeup off. This one is a pass for me, but I'm sure that there are lots of people who enjoy it, and you might enjoy it. But I just feel like it doesn't really do anything, and it doesn't feel particularly conditioning, which is what it says it is. Okay, we're having a no pile and a yes pile forming. Okay, this is new, but I've been using it for a month and I really do like it. It's their exfoliating solution, nice packaging, it's kind of pearly. It has one of these really handy things that you just press down and your cotton pad gets moistened. This is 10% AHA, BHA and PHA, and I feel like it really helps to prevent breakouts, brighten the skin. There are loads of these around, but this is quite reasonably priced. I find it effective, and I find it a little bit more exfoliating than the Pixie, which is very mild for someone who's used to using acid toners. I think this is the next step up. If you feel like that isn't really doing it for you anymore, I'd give this a try. The priming moisturizer, this is the rich version in a pot. It smells like lavender. It's really hydrating. It makes your skin really glowy and come back to life if it's dehydrated and stuff, especially like I'm sitting here, I feel a bit red because the heating's on, but it's cold outside and my skin and nails have really suffered, and my hair with this long winter. So I like the rich formula. The lighter one in a tube would be better for people with combination or oily skin. This would be too rich for them, but that one just wouldn't be enough to be my moisturizer, so that's why I chose this one, and I like the lavendery smell as a night cream. So that's what I've got in terms of skincare. There's one more thing here, and that's the Invisible Shield, which is SPF 30. Similar feel to the cleanser actually, in that it's just a nice slippy gel. It's kind of like got a faintly orange citrus smell, but it's not overpowering. Some people say this aggravated their skin. It didn't aggravate my skin, and this is one of my favorite things that they do. I don't want to be without it. I can't feel that I'm wearing SPF. There's no white greasy film that then affects your makeup. It's small and light, it's portable. I wish they did a factor 50 as well. Maybe they will at some point. And it's 30 mils, so I feel like I get through one of these a month, but I just never ever leave the house without at least factor 30. But when brighter sunlight comes along, maybe after Easter, I will have to give this a rest and go back to something that's SPF 50, but I do really like it. They also do a couple of masks, and they do these drops like serums. Haven't tried any of those. I just wasn't tempted because I've got lots of products like that. So I would need to be kind of out of face mask to go for those. And I think overall the skincare is not problem solving. It's like a nice basic kit. So I think if you're looking for things to target signs of aging or hyperpigmentation, most of it it's probably aimed at younger skin where you haven't got as many challenges yet. I don't know, that's just my take on it. So for skin makeup, there are three things. I have two of them. They have this Perfecting Skin Tint, which is a very, very light skin tint. You can see all my freckles and all my flaws, but up close I do look a lot more even and glowy and dewy than I did before I applied it. Again, 30 mils, nice portable little bottle for travel. It's squishy plastic that won't break. I went with medium. The light is too light for me. It just makes me look a bit washed out. There aren't very many colours, but again, it's so sheer that you don't have to get a close colour match. I quite like this, but if you're looking for any kind of coverage, it won't be for you. This is the Stretch Concealer. It's a very emollient, hydrating concealer, so it does budge a little bit. I find it does kind of line here, but I don't powder it. I just, a few times a day, like when I'm looking in a mirror, I just press and it just kind of melts back into the skin. It's brightening, it doesn't really offer coverage, but I do like it, and I did put a bit through the cheek area to boost the coverage of this. And for an kind of off-duty makeup where you just want to look a bit groomed but you don't want coverage, you don't want to clog your skin with a proper foundation, I do quite like those. What else have we got? So, as I said, they only do one powder product, the Wowder, which you can buy with a brush or separately. I haven't tried that. I'm not a big fan of loose powders. I don't like the mess. And I have a couple of powder compacts that I like. One is a proper foundation. One is just for setting. It's my Charlotte Tilbury one. So I just didn't feel I needed to try that one. Everything else is cream formula. So again, not so much for maybe oilier skin that wants to wear makeup that's going to last for a long time on their skin. This is just to make you look a bit better in the morning and get you out the house kind of thing. These are the Cloud Paints. These are these liquid cheek colours. I actually mixed these two together today. So I've got Dusk and Beam. So this is peachy. This is like a kind of brownish nude kind of colour. The other ones are very pink and they wouldn't work with me because you can see I've got redness in my cheeks. These are nice. The only complaint I have with these, a little goes a very long way, but it's quite hard to squeeze them out without making a mess, so you have to clean the lids up now and then. But those are really nice, and all of this is very sort of compact and travel friendly. Then they do sticks to highlight, and there are 3. I've got the medium one. There is a kind of very white pearl one. There's this one which is quartz. They're called the Haloscopes, and I really like this. It's again hydrating. It's got like a balm in the middle. I tend to not actually use the stick straight on my makeup because it will sort of budge it, but I just do that and just tap a bit. This doesn't set, so you will feel a tackiness as if you've got lip balm or a bit of gloss there. That remains. None of this kind of sets, and it's the complete opposite of long wearing. So if you like touching up and makeup that doesn't become cakey in any way, you'll like this. But on me, with my dry skin, my skin just sort of sucks it up, and I have to take a couple of things out with me and reapply, or it just kind of fades. Another thing they do, which is kind of a cult product, is their Boy Brow. These are little brow mascaras. I've got blonde and brown. I'm wearing the brown one today. Very quick and easy. Really love this. One of my favourite things that they make. They've just launched these lid stars. These are liquid glittery eyeshadows. I'm wearing this kind of rose gold one. This is quite long wearing if you apply it quite a lot of it. Like if you put a little tap, like you can with some other like sticks and things, if you just put a little bit there and shear it out, it will disappear. But I've almost not blended except the edges. I've drawn it on and I've only blended the edges, and I have got a MAC paint pot underneath, and that does last me 8 hours. Really nice selection of colours. There's a lilac, there's a lovely kind of brown version about as dark as this, there's a gold, they're really pretty, and there's a pale pink. Something for everyone. And then on to lips. Their lipstick is the Generation G. I don't like these guys. It's a shame. They're like a hard matte lip stain that goes on very sheer, but if you apply more, I've mixed the brown and the red today, if you build it up, you can get a bit more colour. They feel and taste and smell like art supplies. There's a horrible waxiness to them, which I think that you sometimes get in very cheap lip products, and that's really disappointing. I know they didn't want fragrance, they wanted to go no frills with some of these things, but I feel like Well, actually, the other two aren't as bad, but this one, which is Leo, has a very strong chemical smell. And I have a couple of times left it out overnight with the lid off to try and get that smell to evaporate. And it is less. They're not drying, but they do feel a bit waxy. They don't have, they have a little bit of slip. They're not matte where you can't do that. But they just don't feel in any way luxurious. Like the rest of it, it's not cheap, it's not super expensive, but the products feel nice. But I feel like, I mean, these are really popular, so it might just be me, but these feel fatty and waxy and just a bit unpleasant. And I feel like I can't wear them without putting one of their sort of flavoured lip balms over the top to have a bit nicer taste and smell. So I've got two of the balm.coms. This is another one of their cult products, one of the first things she came out with. This is the cherry one, which is really nice. It's got like a magenta, so like it's red, but it's a pinky red tint to it, and it does taste of cherry. So that over the red Generation G is really nice. And now I'm all like in a mess. It tastes really nice. And then my favourite one is the birthday cake. And that's clear, but it's got a very, very pretty micro glitter in it. You can't feel it's not scratchy or anything, but it makes like a shimmery top coat. You see that? It's really nice. And it smells and tastes like vanilla birthday sponge. So I'm just gonna, two more things, because I wanted this to be a 10-minute video, but it's me. So they do a perfume called Glossier You, and it's meant to smell like your boyfriend's jumper or like home, you know, a bit like the concept of Molecule 1, that it just smells different on everyone and it becomes your background signature scent. And they even talk about, I've seen quite a lot of vloggers talk about how they wear it every day and then they wear another fragrance on top. So it makes everything smell unique to them. I've had a few samples from them and I like the way it smells when you spritz it, but I don't like the way it develops on my skin. It tends to go sour and I'm left with a slightly citrusy sharpness, which I don't really like. But they then launched this little beauty, which is a little solid fragrance version, and I've got a real thing for solid fragrance because I don't like taking a big bottle of perfume with me, and I've got a Travelo, but I don't think it's very pretty. So it's like a little solid balm. It smells like Glossier You, but the thing about this one that I like is that when I apply it, it doesn't fade, it doesn't change. Okay, this is not, if this was like my favourite perfume, this is not a way to, you know, you'd get through that in 5 minutes flat. It's in a really nice thing that you open by just putting your thumb. It's like a heavy little pebble. I find it very kind of satisfying. You just do that and it opens. So that's nice for like going on holiday. We're going to Centre Parks on Monday and I might just take that to kind of get some use out of it. It makes a cute little gift. And then they launched a sweatshirt, and because when this stuff all first came out, I was really into it. The whole natural, no makeup, what's the tagline on the website? Not your skin, but better. But just like, you know, the products you've been looking for and couldn't find. You know, those things that work but are, you know, just low key. I'm not really very good with words today. Anyway, they came out with I love grey sweatshirts. They came out with a sweatshirt, but this is 50 quid and it feels pretty cheap. I've worn it maybe 3 or 4 times, mostly just around the house on Sundays, and it's bobbled quite a lot. And I don't mean just in the areas where curvy people get bobbling, which is under this armpit and down the side, because you're kind of rubbing the item a bit more than maybe someone super skinny. It's everywhere, so it's just on the back and everything, and it's gone like kind of scratchy very quickly, and I was a bit silly to grab that. I just got swept up with the whole Glossier thing, but it's comfy and I still wear it as pyjamas, but I wouldn't go out of the house in it. Look, can you see that? And that's been washed once, so I can't recommend that you get the sweatshirt. So overall, I think out of the body and skincare, I honestly, this is my favourite shower gel. I'm on my second one and I love the packaging. I love the packaging on the whole range. I love the way this looks in the bathroom, and I just love the way that the scent is light and that my skin feels really soft. I really like that. I also really like the Invisible Shield SPF. I like the way that you can't feel it. I like the way I can take it out in my handbag, so it's really small and light, and put a bit more on if I feel that I've been in the sun for an hour or more. The Haloscope, I really thought this was like my favourite highlighter because it gives a sheen and doesn't look too much or too sparkly. However, having used it now off and on for quite a while, it does feel quite tacky there, and if I went to the loo and looked in the mirror in about 2 hours, it would be gone. You need to keep kind of topping up. So that's kind of, I like it, but it's got some downsides. I really do like this moisturiser. It's £29. It's much cheaper than my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, like a third of the price almost. But it is a nice rich cream for anyone who just, I mean, you can even use it like a mask because it's not too expensive. In the evening, sometimes I cleanse, I put a really thick layer on when I'm just around the house, and it really feeds the skin. So I do like that. The Boy Brow is really good. It's my favourite brow product. It's just so quick. You just sort of comb it through. It doesn't set to that super crispy thing, like, which looks really unnatural, like my Lancome one. These are really favourites. And the balms, I really love the balm.com. So the balms, the Boy Brow, the SPF 30 and the body wash are my absolute favourites. I quite like, and think this is quite effective, this exfoliator. I quite like the cloud paints, but they're not amazing, and you know, you have to kind of work with them. Again, these, the skin tint and the stretch concealer are all very nice, but my main issue with this is that if I just do Glossier, like today, I've just used Glossier apart from mascara and a bit of contour. When I go and check next time I go to a bathroom to comb my hair or just touch up or whatever, most of it, apart from the, I do really like this actually, the Lid Star. Everything on my skin will have gone. So if you're somebody that doesn't mind that, like I get that, like when I'm on holiday and I'm in a casual setting, I want to put a bit of makeup on because my face is at its worst in the morning. I look puffy, I look pale, and so I want to, like now, put some makeup on, I feel presentable. And then I feel like you get more attractive over the day. You look less puffy, any redness and stuff from cleansing sort of settles down. So if your makeup fades a bit, that might be okay. Or you might just take a powder blusher or something and like maybe one of these, or your concealer, whatever your thing is that you want to touch up under your eyes or whatever, or take a little powder compact. But it's not like makeup that you can put on and it already looks very barely there when you first apply it, is what I'm saying. You can't really build it up to get a strong look. So you do your makeup, you look natural, you look glowing, you go out, and by lunchtime, on me and my dry skin anyway, it's nearly all gone. But there are still some things in the range that I like. Price point wise, they are mid-price, so kind of MAC prices, I would say. You know, this cream is really good and it's $29. It's one of the more expensive things. The body cream and the body wash are kind of 15 or 16. This is 26 or 20, which is quite a lot, but SPFs are quite hard to develop and stuff. However, they do some bundles. So for example, these are 15 each, but you can get 2 as a set for 25. I think the balms are they're £10, but it's like 15 for 2. So you can have a look. There are different kits where you get, like, say, the cleanser, the Boy Brow, and a lip balm for £30. And they seem to bring out, I mean, in the last, I think since Christmas, they've brought out the eyeshadows and the exfoliator. So they do bring out new things. And as I said, now you can order from, you know, they have a UK website and the stuff is all physically in stock in the UK. It's not like you have to then wait for it to come from the States and pay any taxes or anything like that. So overall, I really like the brand. I think it's a fun brand. I think the packaging and the Instagram and the marketing and everything's really good and fun and modern. But the products are very natural and very sheer. So you just have to know that going in. Anyway, I've managed to get this under 20 minutes, which is like quite rare for me. If you have any questions or I've zipped through too quick, just leave a comment down below about any of the particular things and what I think of them, and I'll get back to you. But as I said, I really like the body wash. I really like this. I really like the balms and the brow product, and everything else is kind of just okay, take it or leave it. I really think that this is just, I don't get it. This is just totally overrated, and the lipsticks are just weird, and they smell like wax crayons, and you can taste it for a while. But that's kind of all I have to say, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.